Okay, so now we're back, and this has all had a chance to sit for a little bit. I mean, it's not totally dry, but it's sat for long enough. Now we're going to try and we're going to start working on the river bed all through here, the bottom of the river. And we're going to see what we can do with that. So, what we're going to do is we're going to start out with some white glue. And I'm going to use straight white glue. And we're going to put a coating of the white glue on the river bed. Alright, so here we go. I'm actually going to come up the sides a little bit here because I do want some areas that are sort of beachy, areas that are just out of the water. Okay, now what I have for this is just clay sand from Home Depot, like a giant bag out in my garage. And we're just going to sprinkle this down over the whole thing. Very light coat. I sifted it too, by the way, so that I don't get these big chunks in there. Because it's N scale, the big chunks, you could probably get away with it on HO scale, but I don't think it's going to work very well here. Okay, so there's the river bed. That's the actual bottom of the river. Now, what I've already done ahead, and what I'd like to do now, is in that sand and in some other buckets when I sifted dirt from my backyard, I came up with small rocks. And these rocks, I picked them out. I tried to pick a lot of flat ones. So I have, a dozen and a half of these. And I painted them. I painted them to match all of this rock work. They match all the rock work that's in there. So it looks like everything's in the same region. So we're going to place those around the riverbed, and we're going to glue those in at this point. Now, the other thing I'm doing is the river is flowing this way. So all these rocks, if they're angled, like they're not quite flat, like this one right here, see it's higher on one end than the other. I'm putting the low end, the water's flowing into the low end. And I'm just kind of varying them as to where they are in the river. I'm not keeping them all down the center, some on the side, some in the middle. You know, kind of split them up like that. And I'm kind of not putting too many down here. I've got one big one, but no more after that because this is deeper water, and I'm gonna address that over here. Because to model the deeper water, we need this to be darker. Wherever it's darker means deeper. So we're gonna come back to that after. First I want to get all this stuff in, and then we'll come back and so that's the river bed. Now, I have some coarser rock that we're going to use, and this is actually what I sifted out of that sand. And that looks like this. And we're going to use that to make small beachy bank areas to walk on. That would, you know, so let's start that right over here where our camp scene is. Fill this with some more white glue. All this. So this whole area I want to be like that. We're going to take some of this up around here. And it's okay if it doesn't cover 100%. Because that, you know, that's kind of what you're looking for. You don't want everything, and you don't want perfect straight lines. You want it to be just kind of everywhere. Like that. Okay, so now, and this we're not going to use a spoon for. I'm just going to sprinkle this in there like this. Some of this. We're going to go over where the shallow parts are in this river. That right there, and we're going to do our next. This I want to be all rock as well. So this is kind of what we're looking for. We brought some of this up to the top bank here on both sides. Over here we've done it, and what this is going to represent is areas where if you were there, you would actually be able to approach the water. So that's that side. I think I'm happy with that. I think before we put the final glue coat down, I'm just going to pick out with the tweezers some of these bigger rocks I don't like in there. And then we'll let that dry. That's going to have to dry for probably, I would think by the time I'm done, a couple days. So let's finish the other side of the river. And then I'm throwing the sand, regular fine sand, on the beachy areas. It kind of fills in whatever got missed by the big rocks, so it looks more solid. Now we're gonna hit those with some of the wet water, and we're going to glue all of that into place so it never moves. Okay, so now we're adding these small weeds I have. They're very small. We keep these at the river's edge. You don't want these going into the water, but we want them near the water. So it's just going to give it more of an overgrown look. May go something like this. Okay, that's all I've got. It's all gone now. Now I have one more thing that I want to do in here, but I may have to wait. I think I'm going to have to wait until this all dries up. What I have is this stuff. It's like, I don't know if you can see what that is. It's kind of like brush hairs. Look like this. This is going to make reeds in different places along the river, and we want them to be in the water. But I think I'm going to have to super glue those in, which means I'm going to have to wait for all this to dry. So I think we're done at this point as far as we can go. Well, actually maybe not. Let's put some color in there. My daughter would be very happy. We can add some flowering bushes. I'm not gonna go too crazy with this stuff, but I think it looks good. Just add a little color here and there. And then I think I have one more color of those. Let's add some more. Just I want to vary it up as much as I possibly can. A little bit of yellow. And I think I even got some purple. Come up this side with some of that color. I think that looks pretty good. Let's see if we can get it. When you're looking at it, this is what you're going to see. It's just a small splash of color here or there along the river, because not everywhere. And we'll add the reeds in when this dries. I'm guessing about 2 days. Alright, and that's it for today, for this video, I think. And thanks for watching, and tune in next time for the next video.